Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do one of those typical Arsenal videos. Everybody seems to want to know exactly what kind of dart guns that everybody else is using. So, just for the heck of it, here's my Arsenal video. In front of you, I got some of my pistols. This isn't even all of them, but I'll tell you right now, my collection is not the biggest. The other ones that you'll see on YouTube are far, far bigger. But just to show you guys what I am actually working with and where some of our experiences are, and when we play Nerf as a family or some of the neighbors come over, this is what we use. Now, starting off with the pistols. Up at the top, over here, you can see we've got two different strong arms, a white elite and a blue elite. Over here, we've got the new replacement, kind of, for it. The Disruptor. I actually like the Disruptor quite a bit. It's got an open front end, easy to load. And instead of having to pop out the cylinder off to the side like the strong arms do, you can just simply pop your darts in, rotate it, pop more in, good to go. Of course, we got the Flip Fury. Neat thing about it is, you can fire, flip it over. Hence the name. Now, AccuStrike pistol here. As you see, it's the Falcon Fire. I actually quite like this little thing. It's breech loading. I know some people don't like breech loaders, but you know what? Hey, I like it. It's comfortable to hold, and hey, that little iron sight's kind of neat. Yeah, it's plastic. Whatever, it's still an iron sight. You'd say it. Fixed sight, no scope mounts. This little rail here, perfect for a flashlight at night. And that's what it always gets used for nighttime Nerf wars. But, Falcon Fire. First AccuStrike pistol. Got an old Nerf pistol that came with my target set. I actually don't remember the name of that pistol, but it came with the target set. And I still have the target. Got a glow shot here. My personal hammer shot. Love this thing. Same thing, only smaller. Got a couple of triads. Got more of these, but I just got out a couple of them. And I'm sure anybody who's familiar with Nerf knows exactly what this is. Tell me down below in the comment section if you watch this and you don't know what it is. Or, for those of you who do, go ahead and give away the answer. That's some of the pistols, but we can't leave out the famous little pistol called the Jolt. I have a few of these little orange ones. This little guy's already been featured in the video. And as you can see, I have a bin full of them here. I have a number of the clear ones. I love the little clear series that they came out with. There's an orange, got a green, got a number of the blue elite ones. Got one of the clear, I guess this would be the ice color. And here's the Sonic Ice blue version. I absolutely love my Jolts. I even have a number of them in the box still. So I've been saving those things up. I will always buy Jolts. I still have a number of them to add to the collection. Okay, now here's some of my Elite and Strike. I've got one that I actually love. I see it catch a lot of flack, but I love the rough cut. I mean, it's a true two-shot shotgun with 8 shots at the ready. And by 2 shots, most people don't realize that pull the trigger halfway, there's 1 and 2, or fire both at the exact same time. So you can fire 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or it can be 1, 2, 3, 4. Very nice, neat little system. When I see people catch, or I see it catch flack and people give it some grief for, is the fact that if the darts are in here, if your fit's not very good, like worn darts, they can fall out. If you've got this hanging on a lanyard pointed downwards and it's swinging around and bumping around, they can fall out. Well, there's 2 solutions. Maybe put it in a holster upside down. Haven't done that myself, but that's a solution. Or use better darts. If they're that loose, they're falling out because the AR little triggers inside, the little 3-prong posts. If that little spring is pushing your darts out, your darts probably don't have a very good fit anyways, and I'd say that they are likely to not get good performance. So, for me, some of the flack the rough cut gets is easily solved. Fresh darts, and maybe redesign the way you carry it. Got a Strife, again with a little stock attached. This is a loaner. I keep it in my loaner bin, so for whoever wants to use it, it's there. I'm actually not the biggest Strife fan in the world. They're okay, but that's about all I can say about them is they're okay. I've got a stock Retaliator. Still have the barrel attachment and its own stock on it. Haven't done anything. Normally I let other people use it, so that's why it still is stock. One of my favorites. The Rampage. And I put a Raider stock in the Elite Blue. Love this thing. I'll carry a 25 round drum on it, or a 35, and that thing is one of my go-to sidearms. This and the rough cut tend to be, I'll use one or the other depending on what I'm doing, but it's normally one of those two, and both of them I would never part with them. This Rampage especially, because this thing is awesome. Just the fact that you've got a 35 round drum sticking off here on the side, and you can fire once or slam fire that thing forever. Love the Rampage. Got a few more in strikes to put up here. Okay, now here's some of the other N-Strike Elites that I got. Got my Hyperfire. Love this thing. I bought extra 35 round drums. It comes with a 25 round. Not quite enough with the way that this thing spits out darts. Bought two 35 round drums, and I typically will use those two for this and one for my Rampage if I'm running that kind of setup. And I have my Rapid Strike. I have another one of these in the box that I haven't done anything with just yet. But this one as is, this is one of my primary weapons. Grip Shot. For those of you who don't know, it's a 2-shot Smart AR system running off of a Jolt system. Great thing to have, especially on a flywheel where they jam so much, it seems like, at points. Some days the thing won't ever jam, some days it'll jam almost every time that I put a new magazine in. And yes, I already know the rule of if you have an 18 round magazine, go one under, 12 round, one under. So really, to avoid that initial jam, I always run 17 and an 18 and 11 and a 12, and still, some days, depending on the darts you're sticking in it, this thing will jam like crazy. So Grip Shot's a nice little backup. But I also have the Modulus light. It's supposed to be like a little flash suppressor. It just looks neat. And Red Dot. That is my Rapid Strike. I run with mostly stock guns, so I haven't done any internal work to it, just accessorized. And up here you can see, we've got our dual strike, bring it on frame. And of course, this is the big pistol that shoots both 3 Elites and 3 Megas. Great for scavenging. Makes a nice little sidearm. It's a good one for scavenging darts off the ground if you have a combined ammo type, which we normally do. We got Megas firing, we got Elites firing. So being able to pick up and load either works great. I actually really like this thing. But there's the remainder of my personal N-Strike Elite line. I'm going to throw up the Modulus next. Okay, now here's some of my Modulus line blasters. Right up front, got the Ion Fire. Now, as you can see, I'm holding it by a much larger stock. Of course, it comes in pistol form, and I've added on a worker stock to turn it into a small carbine, or carbine if you prefer to say it that way. I moved this little ammo holder that it comes with from the top rail down to the secondary bottom rail here. I have no clue why they kind of illustrate putting it up there, because the fact is that that's where you would put any optics. I actually get the idea that this one's closer to the breech, but I'm never going to do that. I mean, if you're going to go for a little breech loader that's just supposed to be some sort of a little neat little rifle pistol hybrid, you're going to put a scope on it. So just, I moved it to the bottom. 4 extra darts there. Breech loader. Again, I like breech loaders. They're fun. They're neat. They're different. They're unique. And it doesn't matter if anybody says, oh, they're slow. You only have one shot. So it's unique. It's different. It adds variety. So that's why I like the little Falcon fire. That's why I like this. That's why I like the Sharp fire. They're just unique and different. And for indoor little dart fights, more than good enough to just grab one of these and just start flinging some darts around. But added a little flash suppressor. It comes with a different attachment, and to be honest, I don't even know where it is. I don't know if it's in my attachment bin or not. But the stock I'm holding, again, worker stock. Great stocks. If you're familiar with Nerf, you may already know all about these. But it comes in lots of different colors. Well made. As you can see, I'm actually holding this thing by it, and it doesn't shake, rattle, or anything. It's very, very well made, very good fit. And looking up there, you'll see the worker stock on my Recon MK2 and on my Modulus ECS 10. Now, moving on to that Recon. I may be one of the few that actually like this better than the Retaliator. And they both perform well. The only mod that I've done to this is I've removed the locks from inside, and that's it. Now the thing runs smooth and steady. Very smooth and steady. Again, worker stock on it. The big reason why I like it over the Retaliator is, well, it looks proper. With the Retaliator, it only looks proper if you leave the barrel extension on, just personal taste. And the barrel extension is the only place also to have a rail that you can use. You can't use the top rails on these. The top rails on the pump, you just can't use them. The slide there, it's just, if you don't believe me, throw attachment on there and then try priming this thing multiple times. Guarantee you, within the first 5 times you try to prime it, that attachment's coming off. You're just going to rip the thing off. So this thing has a side rail. And as you can see, I have a Modulus flashlight on there. And we do use these for nighttime dart fights. Just 2 nights ago, we had a nice big one for well over an hour. Back and forth. We had probably 10 different fights, changed up teams throughout it, and then it was a lot of fun. And you needed lights, because we did capture the flag. And the flags have spotlights on them, and you kind of need lights sometimes to, hey, see where you're going, to shine in people's faces when they're shooting at you. So, nice little blaster. Doesn't get much credit. Everybody still loves the Retaliator for some reason. Side slide, compact size. I like this. Moving on to my Modulus ECS 10. Now, this is currently the top of the line by most people's standards out of the Modulus line. As you can see, again, flywheel blaster. When they jam, I like to have the backup little grip shot. Again, 2-shot jolt system. Simple. Got one little barrel attachment, a flashlight for the same reason as the others, nighttime dart fights, and red dot scope. And again, awesome worker stock. Love their products. That's my Modulus lines and little description on them. Okay, out of the zombie series, the Zombie Strike, I'm going to show you a few of our so-called rifles. I've got Slingfire. Loved it. I've put in a tinted black aftermarket magazine. It's 12-shot version. I just think it goes with the theme better than the standard orange. But those are actually available on Amazon for only $7. I can put a link if anybody really wants to know. Ask in the comments and I'll look up the link where I bought it. But those work well. I've been testing out. It's my first one. I've just been using it as a trial. It works well. I may even do a video on them because they are a fantastic buy. But that's the Slingfire with the aftermarket tinted. It is translucent. I don't know if that'll show up on camera very well, but you can actually see that's showing up pretty well. You can actually see through it there. Very nice magazine. at a good price. I'll put a link if anybody really asked. Otherwise, I'll be doing a video in the future on those. I'll order a few more and keep testing them. This one has worked flawlessly. 2 sledge fires. I have a bow from the Zombie Strike series, but the arms are removed to pare it down, as you can see. And basically, this one has been pared down to allow my daughter, younger one, to use it. I added on one of the N-Strike attachment rails. This is the first one that was available on Amazon for the Modulus line, and it's the perfect size for a 7-year-old to use. She uses this one a lot, so this is kind of for her. Again, 4-shot smart AR system. It just might throw you off because it does not have the arms. They're bulky. They do almost nothing other than give a neat look. So removing them makes a very slim, sleek blaster that is easy to carry around. And of course at the top, we got a Doominator above our 2 sledge fires. Love the sledge fires, love the Doominator. All these are very fun to use. Really like the Zombie Strike series. Hopefully they keep going, come out with some new, fresh ideas that are just as unique as these. But there's Zombie Strike series guns. Moving on. Kind of a quick segment. This is Doomlands series. Got both the orange and then of course the Desolator up in the white. Got a Vagabond. For those of you who aren't familiar, basically it's a pump action version of a strong arm. It has the same function in it. It is a cylindrical system with a pump action, and it is pretty fun and easy to use. I got one on clearance actually, and threw it in my loaner bin. Lawbringer. One of my favorites of this series. It's a 12-shot cylinder, hammer operated system. I've thrown a little Modulus scope on top, but very fun to use, easy to pass around anybody, because everybody can catch on to the fact that all you have to do is for 12 shots. And then the nice thing is, because of this cylinder, everybody can understand just to pop darts in here. Very simple, easy to use, makes a great loaner, and it's also fun enough to use for yourself. And then of course I got the Desolator. I love how smooth the Desolator runs. Very smooth, very quiet. Let's see if my audio can pick that up. I don't have it loaded, but much smoother than a stock Strife. But that's our Doomlands series of kind of somewhat primary-ish guns. Okay, here we are with our Mega series. And in front of you, basically you're seeing every current Mega series blaster except for the Thunderbow, which I have on the way. I actually use my Nerf Perks points for that. But starting up front, you've got 2 of the big shocks, 1 hot shock, 2 Magnuses, or would be Magni, got a double breach, Cyclone Shock, the Roto Fury, Lightning Bow, and the Mastodon. I mean, not much more you can say. It's a Mastodon. The thing is just pretty awesome. Having 24 mega darts, fully auto, and with ranges that will actually hit 100 feet plus. That's angled shots, of course, but I have already done multiple range tests. That thing will genuinely hit and exceed the advertised ranges. And the thing is, normally you don't really worry about angled shots because you can't place them on target very much, but it's full auto. You literally can just rain full auto mega darts on somebody, and if they duck behind cover because your angled shots, they're coming in like artillery. So very fun. And the Roto Fury here that I'm pointing at, very, very good, very competitive, 10 shot, manually primed with slam fire on a cylinder feed. Very good. And of course everybody knows the Cyclone Shock, 6-shot cylinder fed, manually primed. Basically it's a mega strong arm. And I personally have a fondness of the 2 Magnuses. I love those. Next thing I'm probably going to get will be the Zombie Strike versions. I don't have those yet, and I want to get those and add those to the collection. And of course I love the little big shocks. And the hot shot, I'm kind of wanting to put a heavier spring in this thing because of the direct system instead of the jolt style angle like the big shocks. I'll probably leave these two stock. This one, I'm so tempted to put a bigger spring in it because it is a direct plunger system. But while other people don't see the point of the Mega double breach, I quite like it. It's a great sidearm. And if you play like we do, all these Megas count as worth double. We play where elites take 2 hit to tag somebody out. Mega is a single hit and you're out. So it's the reason why we've got almost the complete collection. But this is the Nerf Mega line. Okay, here before you on the table, we've got a Nerf Mega Centurion. I've got it by itself because, well, it needs the whole table, and I want to talk a little bit on it. Everybody seems to dislike this gun because of its bulk, the fact it only holds 6 shots with its standard magazines, and it's a little slow to prime, and a lot of people say it underperforms. Mine's not affected by the underperforming. It shoots 75 to 100 feet routinely on angle shots and has no problem hitting 70 foot to 80 foot flat. Now, I like it because, well, it's kind of awesome. It fits, the size of it fits me well as a 5'10" adult, and it's just fun. I mean, it's kind of ridiculously big, and it makes it fun. I throw it over my shoulder. It's my kind of a backup sniper rifle, if you want to say, but it's a fun gun to use, and I absolutely love the Centurion, and I plan to add another one to my collection, but wanted to include it in. And so if you have any questions of, hey, why is this crazy guy love the Centurion, put it in the section below. But that's the Centurion. Okay, got a couple of rifles here now. As you can see, one's new, one's old. See if you can guess which is which. Of course, the AccuStrike Alpha Hawk is new. I have put a 7 kilo spring in it, and I sealed up some of the leaky air holes, and that's it. The only changes I've done to it, that thing now performs fantastically. 7 kilo spring, epoxy up the holes, good to go. Back there, little project I'm working on. Of course, any of those of you who are familiar with Nerf will recognize that's a blue long strike. And after hearing so much about it, I wanted to get my hands on one. I found a good eBay buy. That was a work in progress for sure. It didn't fire very well when I got it. It had a lot of rust. The internal components were really sticky, and found out a couple of the parts were actually out of place. Not, say, misplaced like somebody took it apart, but just a couple things that coming off their little internal slides. I fixed it up. Actually found myself a barrel extension because the gun originally didn't come with one when I bought it. And now I got myself a mostly complete long strike. As of now, I've just put a 5 kilo spring in it to start with. I didn't want to go higher because I just wanted to see what I could get it to do to get working. And at the time there was a sale on the 5 kilo spring, so I figured minimal investment, just see if I can get the thing working. Now it's working, and I'm tempted to do a Immortal kit installation into it and see just how good I can get this thing to be. Okay, here in this little segment we've got non-current Nerf guns. Got a 10-shot dart tag, got a barricade with stock, as well as 3, let's count them, 3 Vulcans, complete and working. I've got one over there, you see some attachments I use for inside dart fights, and the other 2 are for outdoors. And I have a plan for this one. This one's the worst performing of the 3. I've tore it down, went over it many times. I've been all the way through it, had it apart at least 4 or 5 times. I can get it to fire and work, but it's so-so. This one is durable, works, and that one I've had since it was new in the box. It's still in pristine condition. Only use it indoors, and that's why I have the other 2. This one I'm going to tinker with some more. But non-current Nerf guns, I love my Vulcans. That's why I've got 3 of them. May add even a 4th one into the collection. I know there's other people that have many more who do commissions and whatnot, but just for us as a family group, 3 Vulcans. Man, those things are awesome. Being able to carry around a true heavy machine gun style, belt fed dart gun. I mean, I know performance is end strike, it's not elite. So at most in my range test, you can get them to fire around 40 feet or so. But come on, it's about fun. I mean, it's belt fed. It makes the little choo sound like a heavy machine gun. It's pretty cool for a Nerf gun. So for me, one of my favorite all time. I may actually do a top 5 all time kind of video, like seems like everybody does. But non-current Nerf guns. Of course, you already seen the long strike that I paired up with the Alpha Hawk. But again, dart tag gun, got a nice condition barricade, and our 3 Vulcans. Okay, I've cleared the table and added on a small collection of Nerf Rebelle that we have. Got a couple of Rapid Reds up here at the top. I also have one in the box that is going to be for me, that I'm going to do a Hydro Dip on. I will actually put that sometime in the future. I want to use one of the films, the Hydro Dipping films, and I probably do something like an urban camouflage on it. Make it look really neat, because I like how small and sleek they are. But also have one of the Rebelle versions of the Jolt. Got one of the 3-shot Illuminate blasters. Got a little lanyard on it that my daughter uses. And one of my daughter's, this is hers that we bought for her. Neat little gun. Again, another one that I might have to pick up for myself to do a mod on. Because while right now in the standard Rebelle version it's, you know, quite feminine, and it has a handle, makes it look like a purse. You flip it open and it actually pops out, has a stock, and you're looking at a 4-shot smart AR system with a nice little, pretty comfortable pump grip that has slam fire. Nice little gun. I would love to minimize it by taking this off and maybe remove the handle and feed in some paracord for a shoulder strap to make it like a little sidearm. But very neat little thing. And I may attempt to use one of these things in a mod guide. Then it folds back up. That's some of our Nerf Rebelle stuff that my wife, the Rapid Red with the light on it, that's hers. Older daughter has both of the Rapid Red and the Illuminate. My younger daughter has the 2 neat little blasters there. That's our little, very small Nerf Rebelle collection. Okay, now some Buzzbee guns. We're going to start with the smaller pistols. Got 2 of the Night Techs, here and here. Got a Reaper. That is the Reaper version available exclusively through Kmart. If you buy that one, you get 2 magazines and extra darts for basically $1 more. The blue ones that you see, those are available everywhere else. Got a Air Max Baron. That's 2-shot mega-sized darts. Got a Jaguar and a Tech 3. Okay, now what you see in front of you is we've got, I'm going to move the camera up, back in the back. We've got Destiny with 2 spare clips. Got a Tyrant, that's the Air Max line, again, mega compatible, with 12-shot magazines, and I've got 3 of them. Got our Sidewinder, which I absolutely love that. That's a 30-shot slam fire only. Love it. Then I've got down here, I've got the Predator, double shot. Panning over, we've got ourselves the Air Max Boss, which accepts both the 3-shot magazine that it's got in it and the 12-round. And then we have one of the old Tommy guns. These don't accept modern Nerf darts, so we don't use this hardly ever, but it still is fully operational, and you have to simply shoot shortened darts down. You have to shorten your darts, and if you remember the old Buzzbee darts with the rubber suction tips, if you got plenty of those, it'll still fire and it still works pretty good. I mean, it's close range only. It only has a range of about 20-30 feet, but it still is kind of fun. But there's Buzzbee. I'll Now at this point we only have 2 dart zone guns, but I did think that they were worthy enough, even though it's a very small portion of our smaller size collection. They're worthy of mentioning because I think they're overlooked by a lot of people. And these 2, of course, are the Dart Zone Havoc, which is a side primed. You actually just tilt this up and then cock it back and forth. Side prime, clip fed. It actually passes the clip up through the gun. 8-shot clips. It comes actually with the 2. It shoots hard. It shoots hard and works well. And the side priming lever here may seem odd at first, but it becomes very intuitive as soon as you use it. You become very much used to it. And then of course, as I pan the camera up just a little bit, that is the Dart Zone Scorpion. Now, if you're not familiar with Dart Zone Scorpion, it's a $20 full auto minigun looking dart gun. And the thing is wicked. I will turn it on so you can just simply hear the flywheels spin up. That sounds like a modified gun. It's not. That is a $20 dart gun. Available at Walmart. You can go in there for $19.95 plus your local tax and pick up a gun that holds 20 darts in the belt, fires full auto, and will, with angled shots, easily reach 90 to 100 feet. The thing shoots hard, as in around about 100 feet per second hard. And that's been verified by other people's testing. I don't currently own a chronograph, but I did think these 2 are worth showing. Is the Dart Zone Havoc and the Dart Zone Scorpion. Okay, last but not least, the accessories, including Vulcan belts, multiple 35 round drums. I got some 25 round drums, a bunch of 18 round magazines, some 12 rounds, some a flip clip. I've got 10 round banana mags. I've got Buzzbee magazines. Then here's all our Modulus accessories. Got flashlights. Now you'll see a lot of flashlights in here for a reason. That way everybody at least can get one flashlight on at least 1 or 2 guns, because we do like our nighttime dart fights. We do a lot of them inside. These little lights work great for indoors. Outside they seem a little bit dim. They kind of wash out. But indoors, great little light. Throw one of them underneath your barrel if you got an underneath attachment. Works great. Throw a couple on and they're actually indoors. They're bright enough that a couple of these will actually blind whoever you're shooting at. And of course we got, as usual, bins of darts. Now, like I mentioned in my other video, I will do a video on these specifically. These are the E-kind waffle tips. I have bought literally thousands of these. I love these darts. I get them off Amazon for around $15 or $16 for a box of 200. They're biodegradable and they shoot very well because of this style tip. And as a side bonus, they actually don't hurt at all because that tip is fully soft. So, very nice dart. I'll probably do a quick video here next week or so, just specifically on this dart, because this has become my new favorite. That and Nerf's AccuStrike. But great little dart. As you can see, I've got a whole bin of about 1,200 of those there, and then I got about 1,500 variety mixed darts that I save. We use these inside. I use them for testing. These are all fairly new, and these are the ones that get used heavily, the E-kind. And I've got a bin of mega darts. That's still all a work in progress, but hey, this is stuff you got to have to enjoy the hobby of Nerf. You got to have ammo and ways to deliver the ammo to the gun. But that's the end of our Nerf arsenal. And hey, if there's any specific thing that I've done here, any specific gun I went over that you'd like me to see go in a little more depth, comment section's right below. Go ahead and use it. Let me know. If you see anything here that you have questions on, whether it be accessories, magazines, drums, darts, different brands of guns. If anybody actually cares about what my opinion is on any of these, mention it. I will look over the comments. My channel's still small and growing, so I have very easy time looking through the comments. But let me know what you think of the video. Let me know what you think, what we've got here, what we got started. This is just a little family hobby that we've gotten into. So what you see is not the biggest nor the most complete, but hey, it's still a work in progress, and it's still fun to have what we've got.